Zodiacs. I'm a part of the Learning Group 3, and today we're doing our cultural plunge at the American History Museum of American G.I.
So we're at the American G.I. Museum, and behind me is a tank. And this entire room is filled with tanks and just different machinery. Just being in this room gives me a lot more just appreciation for what everybody's done to serve our country and how they accomplished it.
So when thinking about what we should do for our cultural plunge, we had a lot of ideas come to mind. One of them being the American GI Museum, which we have down on Highway 6 in College Station. We wanted to learn more about just America's history in general, but in respect to the military. While being here, we have already found so many cool things, and we can't wait to see the rest of it. Just in this room alone, there's over 20 different vehicles from different years and different generations, which is super awesome. And yeah, we can't wait to see the rest.
So coming into this, we honestly didn't really know what to expect. However, we found amazing documents and artifacts from the past that you really can't find in a whole lot of places nowadays. So when we walked in here, we were amazed at the vast array of equipment from different time periods and areas of war. So yes, I would say my preconceptions were validated. However, I was not expecting it to be like as cool as I thought. Like there's literally a helicopter in here. I would say for sure that this is having an impact on the way that I view my own culture, because it really just makes me think back and appreciate all the people who gave their lives for our country and how their undying love and support for one another propelled them through the tough times. It also impacted the way that I see the culture of others, because it makes me think more outside the box and have more of an appreciation for how diverse our world truly is.
So being in this museum, coming to the GI Museum, really makes me think about students who are going to be in my class in the future who will have parents who are in the Army and are being considerate of them and understanding their background, and really also thinking about better and say and how to teach it. And really like wanting my students to understand the importance and consider how much these people are doing for our country. And also just like watching and like seeing and experiencing the development and changes over time from war machinery to the uniforms and like different laws and just the different battles that happen and the different wars that our nation has been in.
So after walking through this museum and just seeing the just vast array of different artifacts and how this pertains to a lot of kids in our school system, and how they may not be in the military, but their parents are, and they're constantly deployed and they're moving from one school to the next. And I think that this has given me a better idea of how to serve those kids, instead of just labeling them like, oh, they're moving from one school to the next, but actually understand like these kids are paying the price for what their parents are doing. So just figuring out ways to incorporate this culture into their schoolwork and have them being passionate about what they're learning, and then also let them know that even if they're moving from school to school, that they have the structure for my classroom to take on the world.
The Purple Heart is one of the most unique medals given to service members. It's the oldest award actually that is still given to service members today. It's unique in many ways. It's one of the first awards that can be given to any rank in the service, and in order to receive a Purple Heart, you must either be injured or killed by enemy attack.
Okay, so here we have the Sherman model, which is the most produced tank. It is worth $500,000, and the name Sherman comes from the British tradition of naming its American-produced tanks after American Civil War generals. So that's pretty cool. And then go down here, and what we're coming to down here is an 100 plus year old French tank. So this thing is over 100 years old. And we were only given 500 of them, and there's only about 5 of them left in the world that you could find operational today. And this tank is worth over $1.5 million.